Hi guys, Shane here, FSElite Simmer. Welcome to another FSElite first look video. Today we are checking out Turbulent Design's latest release, which is Idaho Falls Regional Airport. Now the airport itself is actually 2 nautical miles away from the city centre, so it's a bit of a business jet hub, but it also serves some other carriers such as Delta Connections and United Express also have aircraft in and out of here. Now I always look forward to taking a good look at a Turbulent Designs airport, so within saying that, let's check out the surrounding areas. Now the team have done a lot of hard work beyond the boundaries of the airport with hand placing different objects such as factories like this, storage facilities, suburbs and even office buildings. This really helps with the immersion feeling of your arrival and your departure. They even have used their real Flora technology, which is really easy on the eyes. Now the main terminal at Idaho Falls has 2 jetways that are actually SOD compatible, so for all your regional jet arrivals and departures it will be able to cater for that. Now I've spent many of hours exploring the main terminal and all the other airport facilities, and I will say wherever you look there's going to be something that's going to catch your eye and give you that wow response, and one of those areas that actually does this for me is the tower. The team have put a huge amount in with all the little details of the railing, the guttering, the ladders, and this flows right across the airport. The biggest difference for me than the last release is that the actual terminal hasn't been modelled inside, and nor have I been able to find any open hangars. But within saying that and taking those 2 things out, the terminal is at a very high quality of standard that we are knowing to expect from Turbulent Designs. Now we'll take a look at the GA buildings and facilities, and we'll start off with the southern side, and I will have to say as an avid GA virtual pilot, this is a GA pilot's dream. With the inclusions of different static aircraft such as the biplanes in front of us here, tyres, trailers, overgrown grass, drums of oil, it really gives you that sense of feeling that you're in a real airport in real life. The wear and tear on the hangars and the hangar doors is a really nice touch. And the north side GA area is much the same, but it has more of a weekend flyers feel to it with the different sorts of cubs and whatnot. But flying into Idaho Falls, the hardest thing you may have to do as a GA pilot is figuring out where you want to park. Now there's static vehicles and there's static vehicles. The guys at Turbulent Designs have a really good range of assets. Some of these I've seen in their previous release, but what really looks good is when you can actually see through the cabin and see the steering wheel and the interior of the vehicles. As for the static aircraft, the actual range of quality changes between the different models. You can see we check out the prop to the helicopter to the jetliner. Now I always pay particular close attention to the work of the textures on the ground, and I haven't been disappointed this time. It's a very high standard, from the apron to the paint to the taxiway to the signs and to the runway is very accurately modelled, and I've even checked with some Google Maps. They've done a good job with all the cracks on the taxiway as well. For this video we are using the dynamic lighting. The runway lights, the taxiway lights and the signs are pretty standard to what we saw in Turbulent Design's previous release of MBS. However, I did find when I had my camera pointed at the terminal, I had a massive drop in frames, but found everywhere else there wasn't really a problem with the dynamic lighting. Unfortunately, no open hangars with any lighting effects, but nevertheless the lighting around the GA areas is still pretty high standard. Now we're going to do something a little bit different than what I've done with my first look of videos for FSElite. We're going to jump in the cockpit live, so we're in the A2A, the Cherokee, and we're going to taxi all the way up to a runway 20, and we're going to take off, and that way you guys can see the performance of the airport. So bear in mind I'm actually recording and panning as I'm taxiing out, so there'll be a couple of hiccups along the way, but you'll be able to see in the description below my PC specs, and you can see how well the airport is performing. Now, I didn't mention before, but Turbulent Designs has their own configuration application or program. It's actually called Turbulent Terminal, and within this you can actually change and configure your airport to suit your systems or your needs. So some things I've got for Idaho Falls is HD visual, so I've got them maxed out. We've got dynamic lighting maxed out, and all the features, which is clutter, high detail car, static aircraft, terminal static aircraft, airport car park vehicles, taxiway, and all the textures on high poly. So that should give you a bit of an indication that this is maxed out to give you guys the best visuals. We'll take a glance over to the main terminal, so you can see on the far right the baggage area there, the main terminal with the two jetways and the tower, and coming up on our left, which is an area that has a lot of the static vehicles for the main terminal and the car park, and coming into the distance is the North GA area. So we pulled out from the southern, or what I call the southern GA area. I tried to do my best, but we come off the taxiway just a little bit while I was panning and looking at the GA area. But one of my favourite things is the grass textures on the right and the left hand side of the runways and the taxiways there. Really gives you a sense of immersion feeling, knowing how quickly your aircraft is going along. As we make our way out to a runway 20, I'm hoping this live footage gives you the sense of the high quality of workmanship throughout the whole airport that has gone in by Turbulent Designs to give you the most immersive feeling if you're in JA aircraft or regional jets. My honest opinion, they've done a great job. They are missing a couple of favourite features of mine from the previous release, which is open hangars and the modelling of the inside of the terminal, but other than that, it's again a high quality standard of product. As we send out a runway 20, you can take a look at our FSElite website. I'll leave a link in the description where you can read our full review. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. My name is Shane, Oz Flight Simmer. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, have a good day.